Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson, and this is an appreciation. It's an exploration of linguistics, language, and how the word darling can be nearly irresistible, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern-day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with Human Hands from Imperial Bedroom, released in 1981. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. From an album that is rightfully thought of as a masterpiece, Human Hands is a worthy cog in the machinery that sees larger pieces such as Man Out of Time and Almost Blue taking up more oxygen. Very much like the stunning Beyond Belief and its companion, Land of Give and Take, the infectious Human Hands, thanks to the 1994 Ryko re-release, has made us privy to a nimble editing process. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't revel in these contrasting embellishments. Then again, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who doesn't love either version of this piece. I've been talking to the wall and it's been answering me. Oh, darling, how I miss you. I'm just the mere shadow of my former selfishness. I crave the silhouette of your kiss. With only the blue light of the TV on, lip-reading threats and false alarms, there's a boy somewhere holding hands with himself, and a girl in a window on the Reeperbahn. There's a lot of exquisitely misplaced feelings and sensory deprivation swirling around in this first verse. A shadow and a silhouette, they both defy touch. The walls replace conversation by tricking your ears, and lip reading has replaced sound. The result of a boy holding hands with himself is tantamount to trying to tickle yourself. It seems that our cerebellum, the little brain at the base of our brainstem, predicts what sensation our movements are attempting and successfully dulls the effect. And finally, a girl on the Reeperbahn, one of the tawdriest streets in Hamburg, Germany, referred to as the most sinful mile, obscures most possible senses, save for sight, however myopic. The first line in this verse, I've been talking to the wall and it's been answering me, was once, there's nobody burning between these sheets. This early draft is graphic and situates itself well within the piece. Another pass of revisions, however, and there's a more universal and descriptive scene that opens the piece. Instead of a libido, it's mere lonesomeness that is referred to. It's left to our imagination what the wall has been telling him, rather than an insistence where the bed needs to be filled. And even though in both versions the woman or women is not specified, it's the next line that amps up the swoon factor to the point where many American women seem to instinctively place themselves. The line, "Oh, darling, how I miss you," confirms how we love a British accent. Even at its most broad and insincere, there's something about this plaintive declaration that will always make our hearts skip a beat. Whenever I put my foot in my mouth and you begin to doubt that it's you that I'm dreaming about, do I have to draw you a diagram? All I ever want is just to fall into your human hands. The notion of the senses continue with this chorus, the embarrassed feeling that lands a foot in one's mouth, the ethereal aspect of dreams, and the desire to gather up someone in their arms. This seemingly sweet and earnest appeal is just different from its earlier draft, which goes, whenever the money runs out or the drugs wear off, and you start to doubt the household brands, all I ever want is just to fall into your human hands. These gritty lines are accusatory and a bit too nebulous to hold up the chorus the way the finished product has. Nevertheless, it's fascinating to watch lyrics come into full bloom like this. With the kings and queens of the dance hall craze, checkmate in 3 moves in your heyday, but the girls don't listen to your line anymore. Now you're part of someone else. On the factory floor, you still say, "Where's the action?" Now you manufacture happiness and get sold on the cheap for someone's satisfaction. With its clever use of metaphor and simile, this verse could easily be used as an entire song. The kings and queens in the first line find themselves as uncredited allusions in the chess game in the second line. The textile production that takes place in the last 3 lines call out disdainful actions. Manufacturing or simply pretending to be happy. Either way, it's going to get sold off to a price well below asking. All you toy soldiers and scaremongers, are you living in this world? Sometimes I wonder. In between saying you've seen too much and saying you've seen it all before. Tighter and tighter, I hold you tightly. You know I love you more than slightly, although I never said it like this before. In keeping with its motif, the senses continue to be played with and then overloaded in this third verse. Vision and touch are stretched to their breaking points, while the proclamation of love is professed yet subverted. In the early version, "Are you living in this world? Sometimes I wonder," read, "I can already remember when you were younger." And while the rhyme of scaremonger and younger are first rate, the polished version has less implication to it. So, how exactly does one express their more than slightly love? Is this a backhanded compliment or is it a shy confession? This is where the chorus plays a crucial role in spinning this notion. "Whenever I put my foot in my mouth" follows the assertion that he's never said it like that before, whereas to tell someone you love them by mentioning when the money runs out or the drugs wear off might not go exceedingly well. Whenever I put my foot in my mouth and you begin to doubt that it's you that I'm dreaming about, do I have to draw you a diagram? All I ever want is just to fall into your human hands. All I ever want is just to fall into your human hands. Dig it. Again, this has been a slow drag with Human Hands from 1981's Imperial Bedroom. It's a pop song that tingles most of our senses as it tries to express the need for companionship. Sight, sound, and touch are muted and distorted in some way or another. It was once a more direct and bodier piece that was revised ever so slightly to reflect a more poetic and ethereal atmosphere that would, of course, go on to populate so many of Mr. Costello's wonderful inventions. Nothing is compromised, even though so much has changed. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Thank you for listening. Other gems from Imperial Bedroom you'll enjoy a slow drag with are episodes 14, Silly Beggars Can't Be Choosers. It's a slow drag with Pidgin English. Episode 31, Verbal Gymnastics. It's a slow drag with The Loved Ones. And episode 68, Nothing But an Afterthought. It's a slow drag with Man Out of Time. As always, you can find me on social media in all the usual places. Just search for my name, Remedy Robinson, or the name of my podcast, Slow Drag with Remedy. Also, please visit slowdragwithremedy.com for companion blogs, transcripts, and other useful information. So take the time, please, to subscribe and to rate everything normal, and as always, thank you so much for helping to get the word out about this little passion project. Truly, it means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with remedy.